And hello everybody, welcome to the Merry Boozers channel. I guess Lori said she was playing the wrong music. Were we spooky again this week?
Yeah, we were spooky again.
Well, whoops.
I'm gonna go ahead and change that one. Thinking about
There we go, oh well. So Papa's back everybody, he's here in the shop, glad to have him.
I am back on the channel.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I really enjoyed my 6 weeks back to Texas. And I did get to see one of my old buddies. And I did make a video that I promised that we would do back a long time ago. I've talked about Charles Busby, one of my mentors back in the day. And I think, of course, my videos never do very good, but anyway, a little bit of to tell you what we did. My friend Charles, he goes all the way back into the early 60s. He even goes back to where he was flying the Cox models on the hamstring back when he was a kid. But we did a video of the evolution of the electronics, all the way back to the escapement radios, all the way up to modern day, to give you an idea of what we did there. I think it's very interesting. Then we did, since Charles is an excellent builder, I don't know of anybody that could be his equal as far as his building skills. We kind of did a building skills of the beginning of how you built way back when, and the materials you used, and then we brought you all the way up to the modern day glues and things we use today, to the AR, when we remember the first ARFs coming along. I mean, I think it'll be kind of an interesting thing to fill in. So I'm looking forward to us. Don't know when that'll be put out.
Yeah, I don't know yet. We've got some very busy weeks.
Yeah, we got lots
up.
of stuff coming up,
yeah.
And so that's in the future for you guys to look at and maybe enjoy after the first year, because like Wesley says, we're going to be very
I don't know if
busy.
it'll be that far out, but I know over the next 2 weeks we're pretty busy. So, you know, the Farley clan, the whole clan now is coming down next Sunday, so hopefully they're here in studio. No rush, Dennis. We know you're driving all the way from Texas. That's a long way.
It's a long way.
But if he
Believe me,
makes
I
his
just did
time,
it. It's a good 3-day haul. And that's that's not just burning the highway up, but it's not one of those you're taking your really sweet time. I mean, that's just.
Well, him and his 2 sons are both coming, and we're really looking forward to it. We've got a new airplane getting here, so hopefully we can all put that together live here, hang out, and you guys, it'll be a lot of fun seeing some of our friends we see every week in the chats. Actually being here in the shop will be a lot of fun. And then, of course, not next weekend, but the weekend after is the Merry Boozer Fly-In. So, and that'll be at Imperial RC Club. It's on the screen right here over to the side. Guys, definitely, if you can, make it out to Mulberry, Florida. It's a 3-day event. Technically, the judging portions of the event are on Saturday and Sunday morning, and then we're going to probably be doing the actual award ceremony Sunday at about noon. But the actual judging flying portion of the event will be Saturday and Sunday morning. But if you want to come out on Friday and camp with us and hang out, me, Dad, the Farleys, everybody, Dave Marshall will be here camping out with us. We will be there that entire weekend, Friday through Sunday. We are staying at the field, so we will be there. If you're camping, there's generators, there's power, there's porta potties, there's just no showers. So we might all stink, but we're gonna have a good time, guys, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So I really can't wait. I think it's gonna be just so much fun.
I'm always excited about just what keeps popping up for us to do, and that the Boozers are involved with. I'm just still amazed.
Yeah.
But we are so grateful to be able to do this for such a worthy cause first, and then of course we are just ecstatic that somebody thinks that we're worthy enough to put our name on anything like that.
Well, and holy cow, we've got guys coming from across the country too to see us.
I mean, yeah.
Dave's RC coming from Maine. You've been to his
I've
house.
well,
He's actually been there for
I've
anybody
actually
that's
been to Dave's.
anybody that's a Boozer Barracks members. You've seen we have the video up from when Papa went up and met Dave.
I wasn't able to stop that long and really have a good visit with Dave, but I did stop long enough to. He videoed a video with me, and I don't remember, we did one here, but sometimes my videos don't come out to be all that great. So anyway, but it was all good. I mean, I really enjoyed meeting Dave, and I think it was vice versa for him.
So I know Lori has this loaded up, guys. I want to call out a special member of our community tonight. His name is Richard Smith. He sent us a video of his Papa Dotting. He had just finished his Corsair. Lori, is that video ready?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to play this for just a second for you. He sent us a little clip of him and his Papa Dotting Corsair. Does it have sound to it?
It should.
Awesome. So we're going to play that now.
I'd like to thank Mary Boozers for helping me with the Papa Dotting of my Corsair.
So, Richard, absolutely fantastic job.
It's the paint job that Motion should have made the plane in the
Dad wanted that one. Yeah.
And it looks fantastic. And for your first, if that's your first effort on the dotting thing, you did an excellent job. And you might be the person. I was on a forum somewhere, and I don't remember, somebody asked me for what their first project to add something to the model, and I said, hey, how about a Papa Dots? And hopefully he went in there and watched ours, and that's how he got the Papa Dots.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but he
Well,
sure did pay good attention to what he was doing.
Every once in a while, I started a little community page, guys, and guys send me stuff. So, from time to time, if you send me a video and you've done some Papa Dotting or some airbrushing or whatever, try and send them to me, and I'll try and get them on here. I can't do it for everybody every time. I'm sorry, I can't do it every time, but, every once in a while, I do want to call out you guys when y'all sell me something like that. I mean, that was a fantastic job on that Corsair.
All he needs now is the shirt.
That's right, we've got them.
Just
dot. Oh yeah, Dad's got his just dotted shirt.
Now we also got.
Here, wait, spin back around. Let me show him that. Here, I got the good camera now.
Dotted shirt.
Yeah, look at it.
But there is another one that says Papa Dots approved, but anyway, he needs the shirt.
There it is, guys. There's our just dotted shirts. Yeah.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Well, anyway, if a man deserves a shirt, he gets one. Did an excellent job. He even did the tape job on the tank and all that stuff.
Yeah, it looked great.
Looked great. So where are we going from here?
Oh, I don't know. We could talk about our Boozer Barracks members. Guys, I haven't forgot about you. I am going to give this away. This week, I will go live for the Boozer Barracks members and give away the 2200 4S battery or 3S, whatever you would choose whenever you get it. Just let me know what you want at the time, and we will make sure you get it. That's for the Boozer Barracks members. If you're a member, you're already entered in for that. And then for our regular members, when we hit 5,000, we're giving away an F-18. Don't forget about that. It won't be this one, but it will be an F-18. So let's go down our Boozer Barracks. I can't speak. Boozer Barracks members this week. We've got Ghost RC, the Farmers RC channel, Jermaine Spencer, Scott Kleben, Helmy Hemen. Sorry, I butcher a lot of names. Sorry, guys. Sage Creek Outdoors RC, Ken Sprouse Jr., Joseph Youngblood RC, David Martin Graff, Spencer Keith, Will Engel, Michael Reitzka, Guniak, Marcus Green, Mike SSI, Pterodactyl 44, George Watts, Gav Street RC, Pay It Forward, Joe Pellegrino, Kevin Farros, William Margita, Dave Kowishki, and Mike Kennedy. He's on here twice. Guys, thank y'all so much. We really do appreciate it. And we hope that our little giveaways that we've done for you guys have been something to give back. I do want to put more content on the members only, but here lately I've been trying to put as much content as I can out for everybody. But yeah, I definitely am going to be doing y'all's giveaway this month. So, yeah.
No, I'm not looking at that. But now let's talk about the model in front of us here. Let's talk about what we're doing here in a little ways. First, I want to say that if you guys know, I've been doing some build threads on Hobby Squawk. Started out with the P47, then we've done one on the HE111. We've actually finished the P47 all the way through to the build, and then we gave them a maiden video and then a flat performance on the P47. Now where we are on the HE111, we did the build thread.
We were waiting on motors and ESCs.
And we just now got them, so we will be able to do the HE111 in the near future.
Hopefully a week or so.
Yeah, we got so many things coming along, but the HE111 is in the process. I just got the motors on it yesterday.
Motors and ESCs are in it.
And all you got to do is put the receiver in it and get out there and really do the flying. Then today, as of today, Wesley gave me early last week the
Lysander.
Westland
Lysander,
from Tower Hobbies, which is a
Phoenix
1900 millimeter Phoenix balsa ARF.
Which we did unbox here on the channel if anyone wants to go back and see it.
It's on there. But as of today, I just now started the beginning of the build video on Hobby Squawk, so go in there under the Warbird section and look up that thread, and you can start if you were interested in maybe the assembly of that particular airplane. Then you can follow me along while I put it together in the next few weeks. I do it by days and I do it by the manual. So anyway, that's where that started. This airplane here is an old airplane that I had. It had a 46 two-stroke OS engine on it a long time ago. It was an ARF. I did not build this airplane. If I remember it is a
Kyosho, if I remember right.
Kyosho model, if I remember right. Don't know. But Wesley thought it would be, what I'm getting a kick out of, guys, is building these balsa airplanes, putting the electrics in them and showing you the performance that you can get out of an old airplane that maybe you discarded or don't even think you can do anything with it. So on this one here, I'm going to have to cut the hatch in it to put the battery in some way or another, because in this day it was gas, so they didn't come with no hatches to do that. None of this comes off, so I'm going to have to cut all this out and break this so this hatch comes off so you can put the battery in it. And then Wesley, you want to talk about your
here, hold the plane
motor
for just a second. And Lori, can we go to Top Shot for just a second?
So what we're doing for this motor airplane,
because I can't really just pick it up right now. It's not
this airplane originally had a cowl on it. a big cowl that you put the 46 motor in.
So
You
I've
don't
been
do
making
that.
whoops. This is not easy right now, everybody. Okay, here we go.
Careful.
Well, anyway, I've been 3D printing a radial motor for the airplane.
Good.
And I think it's going to really look neat when it's all done. So let's see here. But right now, I didn't glue any of this together. But just to show you how this looks.
And if you hear something running in the background, that is the 3D printer finishing the jugs.
But it's got all the
for-
rivets here on this. And what it's going to do... Where'd the motor go? I had it sitting on the table.
I don't know what you did with it.
It's right here. Here we go. So I've got a Power 32 motor. And how I made this, and you guys that want it, let me know. The STL files, I can get them for you on Thingiverse. But this, the motor sets right in there. Ooh, it's kind of laggy. There we go. The motor goes right in there. So it's going to look like a Moki 7-cylinder engine when this is all done. And you can see the cylinders will go in like that. And then there's the exhaust ports. And then I've got the heads that I got to print next. And the printer's been running. It's a pretty long print is the only bad thing about this little motor. It's about a 5-day print to make this motor. But next time you guys see it, this should be all glued together. Here, we can put that back up here if you want. Or we can go on to the next
Yeah,
thing,
we're gonna
whatever.
go on to the next thing. But what
you
I've got to
set
do,
that up.
since you guys know about the balance of these things, since it's going to be such a
You can go back to the front.
short-nosed airplane, then we got to keep most of this balance in front, which we're doing with the motor. But that means that battery also has to go in the front here somewhere. Or you're going to put a lot of weight in the nose of this thing. That's the only problem about short-nosed airplanes. You got to. Of course, this is not really a heavy. This is not built up back here. It's actually got stringers. You can tell them by, if you can tell.
I could probably take it up there so they can see
All
it.
this is built up with just stringers to it, so it's not solidly built in the tail. That's the good news. The weight that they reduced a lot of weight. You can see how that's just got just
It's
balsa
ribbed all in
strips.
here.
It's not solid back through there, so that reduces the weight. Because
There is a ding.
well, yeah, I mean that.
But this plane is old.
Man, I flew that thing. I don't know how many times. It's a typical bi-wing plane. It's wind sensitive. It's a royal pain in the tush, but it'll be fun.
It'll be
I
fun.
like a good challenge.
And like I said, let's see here. And you can see this.
Good challenge.
This will be up here. See if I can hold all this. It's not glued together right now, but
I really like the balsa planes
For a
where
thought,
I can
you
get
know.
in there and start whacking away and hacking and that kind of thing. I'm trying to show
Motor.
you guys how you can maybe do this yourself. Get some of them old balsa planes that nobody is doing anything with anymore, and doing this to your own airplanes. Building your own balsa plane. You can buy these things for nothing.
Yep.
Already built up, so go for it.
Yep.
And after you, well,
I'm
I
trying to set
don't,
him off to the side.
I don't want you to think that this is for the beginner, though. In a way, I don't know if these particular projects are for beginners.
Right.
but
This
anyway,
might be after you've kind of mastered flying your foam planes to go into this.
Yeah.
So what we're going to talk about now, we can leave that over there for a second, is Horizon was nice enough to send us one of the new NX6 radios. And Dad's still running the original DX8, like the silver one, the old one. So he's going to use this for a little bit until we can get him an 8. And so we can get him into the new generation of radios. But I wanted to talk a little bit about it tonight. So let's come up here for just a second and fire this
I'm
up.
excited to be able to fly. It's got a different feel, I will say that, right off the box. It feels completely different from my old radio, just the way it feels.
Yeah, nice quality radio, guys. And we're super, super excited about this for him to get to try some of these new radios. And I figured what we might do tonight, we'll probably go to the Top Shot here in a second. And I figured we just set up a new airplane on here so we can see how it works. We haven't got a chance to use this yet. I will say, let's find out what's going to work best for cameras for the... Here's a cool thing. I was trying to show this, or tell Ryan about this last night. Let's see if we can't zoom in for a second on here. So we can go down here to system setup. Check this out. This is something that's new to all the NXs, is the colored screen now. So you can actually go down here. Let's find what's going to be the easiest thing to see on camera right now. Palette. There it is. And you can actually change the colors too of the menu. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier to see on camera. Don't like that one. Any of those dark ones, it likes that. High vis, black and white, it looks that pretty good too. Ooh, I don't like that one. So let's put it in, I was kind of thinking that, where'd it go? That one. That one looks like it's pretty easy to see. So let's go back. Oh yeah, you'll be able to see that good tonight as we're going. But then it just makes your radio kind of, it's nice. You can have it all one color now. You know, a lot of guys like that orange and black look now.
Okay, so what is the big features of this radio is 2 antennas, right?
Right. We can do Wi-Fi updates now because this has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And you can do downloading airplanes. Now, we're not going to do that tonight.
No.
I'm going to show how to just set this airplane up. Ooh, hang on. Let me go back over there with Dad.
But that's in the cool part of it.
That was just something in the cool part there.
Maybe you guys are on a lot of squawk stuff, and maybe you've already seen where
I like that dark color.
If you have the radio, of course, it's the Spectrum radios are a thing of Horizon Hobby. So if you get a Horizon Hobby airplane,
Right.
any type, like we have here, then they have already pre-programmed this airplane, and you go into their website
And you download the file.
and you download the file, and it's already set up.
Right.
You don't, if you beginners or you guys that are not very good at setting up airplanes, bingo, this is the answer. I mean, it's just as easy as that. You go in there and download that file, and you get the number of the airplane. And I think I'm not really exactly sure. I watched it, but some way you take the number of the airplane and you put it in the radio, and it downloads the file.
And we'll do it. We're going to do it here on the channel. I'm going to make an old video on this, but I just figured for tonight, we kind of play with it. It's brand new to both of us. I wanted to check it out. Bill Shepard, if you have a DX9, I don't really see the reason to upgrade to an NX6. I'm going to be honest with you. DX9 is a fantastic radio. But I see a lot of guys that had a DX6 maybe wanting to change to the NX8. That would be worth doing. I don't see it for guys that have the 9 black right now.
Well, and I'm going to be really honest with you. I have always been satisfied with the old DX8. I'm not saying, but there is some new features of this radio that is kind of tempting, like 2 antennas.
Right, the diversity antenna is the big thing.
Is the big thing there. The new electronics in the radio, the feel of the gimbals are different.
It's a very high quality feeling radio.
I will say that they have upped the ante as far as all that we're talking about, but at the same time,
here, I got one.
You know, guys, if you're riding the fence, you want a new model, but you don't want a new radio yet, and the other one still works, okay, I can understand. But if you're one of those high-techy guys that really want all the stuff that's newbie stuff, then go ahead and get one of these, because I don't think you're going to really regret doing it.
Dad's upgrading from this, the DX8. This is actually Lori's DX8, but this only had the 1 antenna on the new radios, and this antenna was kind of easy to break, to be real honest, which Dad had that experience with his.
I had that experience.
So on the new radios, there's actually an antenna in this handle, and the other cool thing is for transport, this antenna flips flat, so you don't have the antenna up front anymore. Just some little quality of life features. Now, like I said, if you have a DX9 Black Series, I don't see you upgrading right now, unless you just really want to be able to change the screen colors and have that Wi-Fi capability of update. You know, I don't have to plug a card into this radio to update it. It can download its own updates now, which is kind of nice.
Pretty neat.
Don't need to send it to Spectrum to get the updates if it's having that issue. So, yeah, and we're going to really, what's going to end up happening with this, guys, I'll tell you the honest truth. We're going to review it, we're going to do our thing with it, and then we're going to give this radio to one of you guys. So,
There you go. That's why you're watching the booth.
there you go. We have one over there for the fly-in, and then this radio is for us to review and show you guys how it works. And then Dad's going to actually end up with an NX8, and then we're going to give this radio back to you guys. And a big thanks to Horizon Hobby
We
for
forgot
sending
one other
these.
thing. That is actually, it's a call a 6, but it can be a
Right.
7 channel.
So, yeah, the one cool thing about the NX6, guys, is that, oh, man, the Fred Barron, thank you so much, man. The NX6 actually has a 7th channel on it. It's not a 7th channel to where you can program it with a whole bunch of travel, and it's either on or off. But what they did is the NX6 now, for you guys that want to have a safe airplane, it gives you another channel. So if you have flaps, retracts, you know, the whole 6 channels, it gives you one open channel on this radio to program Safe Select to. So it is a 7 channel, actually, not just a 6. But yeah.
You just don't get the whistles and bells with the 7th channel.
Right. But the 7th channel could be used
Okay.
for gear would be a good thing, but I mean you'd use the landing gear one. But
Right.
it is technically a 7 channel radio.
Drop, something.
But I would like to get Dad with an 8 just in case, you know, like his B25 will have, it needs 8 channels.
Oh, I forgot to tell that's coming up too. We've
Yeah.
got we're putting we've got all the stuff fixed. We had that on the right, but we're actually going to put the Tiger Cat props on it. Which
Yep.
We had to figure those out, which we've done that.
It was a mud flap piece was the perfect
Wesley
thing.
is redoing the storch again and putting a larger receiver in it, and hopefully we
Power safe receiver this
we're
time.
going to have the control or the
We're all over the place tonight.
maybe some more throws on that storch, and gosh, we just got all kinds of projects going.
Trophies are done for the Boozer fly-in, you guys that are coming. I'm trying to see if I can get that to focus. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so like our trophies are done for the Boozer fly-in. I did paint this. It's glued to it now. Lori hand burned all the trophies, so yeah.
There's another one.
There's the fastest airplane at the event. We do have radar guns out there, you know, best warbird. All weathered up. Another one over there, Top Gun. So anyway, it doesn't matter. You don't got to show them all. But, well, here we go. He's got it. But yeah, we wanted the trophies to be a little more personal than just going to the store and buying them. So me and Lori made all these for you guys that come. This is for best airplane, you know. They're going to have the Top Gun guys actually let us call it this, but some of the judges are going to be there, so whoever wins this one's going to have a customized airplane and then fly it and have it judged for scale flight, and that's how you're going to win best of show. So, yeah, crazy. Fun. We're looking forward to it, guys. We've got several other ones. I haven't had a chance to, whoops.
They're still in the promotion of being built.
Right, they're painted and everything.
Exactly assembled at the present.
They're painted. They're very close. I got to glue the airplanes to them, but I got to let them the sealer stuff that's all over them. I got to let it dry before I glue the
forgot
planes.
about that B25 though. I'm
Yeah.
excited about
B25.
that.
I mean, we
Of course,
got so
what
much
happened?
stuff going on.
We took the receiver. No, the power system out of the storch, and we put it in the B25.
The what do they call it? The UBEC, the onboard
Yeah,
power. We're taking it out of the storage because it's not going to need it now that I have a power safe.
We're trying to
receiver.
make sure that the
servos have
B25
power,
has the
enough power.
and we don't lose it on
Right.
the first flight.
There's a lot of stuff in that airplane
No, it's
to count on one little chinchy 10 amp BEC.
Right.
So I put that nice Predator, whatever it is, one from Motion in there.
Here we go again. I mean, I'm just, again, I said that a few minutes ago, but I'm just amazed at all the projects that we have in the,
Toys everywhere.
well, we're just, lucky guys. I mean, I just, that we have these projects that we are able to do, and we're trying to keep this on a
Thanks,
schedule. Sometimes the schedule gets off because it just gets busy. But it's a happy busy, and like I said, I put it on there. I'm just really lucky to be doing something I love so much, and I hope that comes across to you guys, because we do love what we're doing here on the channel.
Now, David Bartongrath, I understand what you're saying down there, but I love my IX12. Don't get me wrong, any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm not trading my radio in for the NX6. I love my IX12. So, it's still a great radio. And it wouldn't be upgrading to go from this to it. But, you know, guys, I love Spectrum. I'm kind of a fanboy as far as Spectrum goes. To be honest, I mean, it's the radio system I like. I'm comfortable with it. I trust it. I really don't have issues with it.
I have never, since I've been back, had a problem with Spectrum radios.
Uh-oh, I'm froze. I'm back.
And I like the way they program.
Yep.
I think they're very, very easy to program.
User friendly, very simple.
User friendly. What can you ask for? If that's what they give you, you use what is. That's what I like to do. You know, I'm going to gravitate to what is user friendly.
It's so easy now to get a Spectrum radio because all the E-Fly planes come with the stuff in them, and they're programmed. You don't got to deal with the gyro. Now, speaking of the gyro programming, we do have for the Westland. I'm going to work with my buddy Dave, hopefully when he's here. But I have the new AR67T. I have the satellites for it. We're going to put this in the HE111 and in the Westland, and Dad's got his choice. We've got some Spectrum Smart receivers, or not receivers, but ESCs also. So we're going full smart in our balsa bills right now, which is going to be pretty cool. So I'm excited about that.
Well, I mean, there's another thing that they're doing, the Spectrum and all that, is giving you the smart technologies, which everybody has said after they changed over to this stuff.
Right.
Man, one of the, all the stuff that comes along with this, all the smart technology, the biggest thing it does is it discharges itself, which was a pain in the rear.
Now, I still discharge mine, but I have
but
it's not smart branded, but hey, the Farmer Man, thanks, man.
I mean, look how far this has come in 6 months or less than a year. They brought this technology along.
Oh, is it broken?
It's starting to.
Are we broken, guys? Can y'all still see us?
I think they can still see us right now, but we're very laggy.
We're very.
Are you plugged into the internet on the side of the computer?
No.
You might want to do that. Hang on 1 second, guys. We're running on the Wi-Fi right now. If we turn on this radio and start to bind, it's going to be an issue. That's why we're laggy right now. We forgot to switch the hard wire from one computer to the other. Unfortunately, we don't have a... Well, I do actually have one. I should put it over here.
But you guys, if you haven't tried the smart technology, I really recommend it from your dumb batteries. It might be a little bit more, but it gives you so much more. And it looks like it's just going to keep going and going and going with this stuff. So anyway, that's Papa's recommendation, if that means anything to you.
Switch.
But I will say, don't throw all your dumb batteries away. Keep using them until they die or whatever.
I'm not sure what's happening.
We're trying to see what's going on right now. Our internet's kind of like this. There is a hurricane out here right now too, guys.
Well,
it's not right on top of us, but it is in Florida right now.
Well, we're really laggy, I can tell.
Right.
I mean,
And Lori's got a thing up on her screen right now that says there's an issue. We don't know what's going on.
It wouldn't be the Boozer channel if they didn't do this stuff.
It wouldn't be our channel if it wasn't messed up.
Are you kidding? Of course, we could probably fix this with about $3,000 or $4,000.
That's right.
worth of
We
more
get
stuff.
get another computer and we could fix all this. No, I probably wouldn't fix this right now. I think this is the internet going crazy right at the moment.
But we are at 4,320, so we're growing rather rapidly. So we might be back to 5,000 by the end of the year, right? It's easy,
Maybe.
maybe.
We'll see.
So
I think
all
I'm
I'm
frozen
saying
again.
is that we, we're.
Am I stuck, Lori, or is it actually working?
No,
Yeah, it's pretty
it's laggy.
What's going on? Well, it was working good at first.
We're laggy all over the place. I can tell by the photograph on the wall. And I don't see as many people with it.
Oh, and the mouse is
Owen with his thumbs up. I love Spectrum Radio Systems.
All right. Well, if you guys can hear us right now, we're having technical issues.
This reminds me of the old days of television when I watched it as a kid.
Right. Well, I think it's not this. I think it's our internet, which it didn't help that we weren't plugged into the internet this whole time.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until this.
Oh.
Oh no! I didn't do it.
Is the computer plugged in?
Yes. Preparing security options.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I did.
I don't know if we're still live or not.
I don't know what I did.
Lori has no computer right now. But it did this to us once, and then it came back up running. What happened?
I don't know.
I'm confused. I don't know.
Hello?
Are we still live?
It looks like we're still live.
Oh, we are. It's back.
We're live.
Hey, it's back.
Oh,
So it's weird. The computer just turned off, everybody.
I
But
don't
it's
think
back
we're as
now.
laggy as we were. Now,
Yeah.
it looks like we're pretty good.
It looks pretty good now, whatever you did.
Hey.
Is it actually running?
I don't know. It's not showing over
What
here.
do you see, guys? Are we up back in a storm down here in Fort Lauderdale, that's the tropical storm, and where it's at is down in that part of the world.
Okay, it's still working. Dennis Farley just texted me saying
All right,
we're working.
good,
Okay,
good,
well,
good.
guys, I don't know what happened, but Lori's computer screens, all of them just went dead. So did the one in front of us, and we were all like,
We couldn't see anything.
and it's smooth as glass by the look of it now. It's still got a little bit of a chop, but it's a lot smoother now. All right, whatever.
Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. I sometimes, but anyway, let's get the program
okay.
before we lose.
Before we lose it all the way. So we're going to get this done, guys. We did promise you we were going to start doing this. So, Lori, if you would like to go to the top shot for me.
Please don't break.
I tell you what, guys, if you haven't got to fly this little airplane right here, you're missing it. This is one super little flying airplane. And we mean to bring you some more videos of this airplane on floats to come. If we just get there, this plane comes with floats also. Papa has
Is it broken?
Yep, we're froze again.
We don't know what's going on.
We're frozen again.
What in the world is going on?
Yep, we're back again.
Oh, look.
Top shot.
Hey,
And
okay.
there's the top shot. Oh, now it's back over.
We're doing weird stuff here.
Our computer is kind of going crazy right at the moment. We don't know exactly what's going on. Well, it was being weird all day today for Lori, actually. It's been running great. We updated everything, and we went to Windows 10, and everything works great now.
And then Wesley left it on overnight.
What? Don't blame this on me.
But anyway, finish my conversation with this airplane. We're going to bring you a video of this airplane on floats, and I believe Wesley's also going to put floats on the timber. And we're going to, Papa happens to have some ponds around his house that are nice for these type of airplanes. So hopefully we're going to show you how good this thing is on floats, which is, I mean, this is an awesome airplane
Yeah, it looks good.
on land. I mean, it really amazed me how, for such a small airplane, how maneuverable and very easy to fly for a twin. I'm looking forward to, like I said, as soon as I seen this one, I said that was mine.
Yep.
So this is going to my house after we do this with the radio.
Yep.
And it's probably going to go to Fun Fly.
Yeah, he'll be flying this at the event. So
There's two. I'm going to take, if you want to know what I'm going to be flying at Fun Fly, I'm going to take my go-to #1 airplane, the Carbon T-28. Sorry, but that's my go-to airplane.
Don't apologize to me. I've told you a long time I like that airplane.
I can't fly it as well as Wesley does, but I enjoy flying it. But anyway, I can pretty well stick it where it needs to be stuck, and I look good flying it because it makes me look good flying it. It's not really me, but it's that airplane. And this airplane is almost as good as that airplane. So I'm just telling you guys, if you haven't got one of these, you want a really good airplane. I mean, we say that about all of them, but
There really isn't a lot of bad airplanes anymore.
Well, there is, but we don't have them.
The companies we try and deal with, we try not to get the bad airplanes anymore. We've kind of learned what to steer away from now.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know the same thing, and we're not giving you any secrets. If you stay with certain brands, you're
pretty safe.
These guys are putting out just some really awesome equipment, and so are we ready to go?
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's start. All right,
let's get this thing underway.
Here we go.
On top of you.
We're on the top shot actually too. All right, so let me see. Can I turn this on where everybody can actually read this? That's the question. Oh, good. You can. Okay, good.
All right, good.
So we're going to set this up like it's a brand new model, as it is, in our new NX6 radio. So
got a battery? Or is this what this battery's for?
That's what that battery's for right there. Let's see.
And
We're going to pop this off.
A binding plug right there.
You guys have seen how this is done before, I'm sure, most of you.
I've never
But
seen this before.
here we go. We're going to put our bind plug in. Maybe. There we go. All right. So we're on our new model. So let's set up a new model in this radio. Woo! Here we go. Wow, it is hard to do that and not be able to read the screen. Let's go down here to System Setup. Brand new model. Oop, wrong one. That's flight modes. Guys, it's pretty hard to do that where you can't read it yourself. Yes.
But somebody wanted to see this before. I mean, somebody actually.
So we're going to do it right here. Oh, no, it's stuck. No, it's not.
Go back.
All right, we're going to go to aircraft type first of all, because we do have flaps. We're going to go to wing. We're going to go to one aileron and one flap. I'm going to show you how I set up 90% of my airplanes tonight with this airplane. So one aileron, one flap. We're going to leave the tail as is, so we're going to go in there and just check it. We got it. Now we're going to go to model name. If you click into this menu once and then you hit, oops, wrong one. Clear? Which one's clear on here? X. So you click on the name once. What did I do? There you go. I already cleared it on accident. Okay, so if you click the name once on the first menu, and this is on any NX radio, and then you hit the back button, it'll actually delete the whole name, so you don't have to go through and delete each individual name. So let's put, what is this, a beaver? Otter. Twatter. What?
It's a, otter. O-T-T-E-R?
Ter. If you see in my head right now, I'm sorry. I'm just spelling otter is all I'm doing. Unsuccessfully. Anybody that knows me knows I can't spell. There you go. It says otter in there now. I would have used capitals, but we're trying to just get this done for you. So now if I go back to the main menu, I've got otter up here in the corner. I've got a picture of an airplane. You can change the airplane picture too if you wanted to. Right now, just for the sake of this, I'm just going to focus on trying to get the actual radio set up. So, timer, we're going to leave it 5 minutes. That's kind of my default. I like mine set up to where whenever I push the throttle up, it starts. When you pull it down, it stops. So that's how we've got it set up right now. So, I've got my basic preliminary stuff started for now. We could actually set up a throttle cut real quick too. Let's go in here to... I should probably show you how to do that. Where the heck is it? I haven't done one in a while. I'm a bad boy and I don't normally run throttle cuts.
Craft?
Throttle cut, there it is.
Somebody still has a craft radio?
Throttle cut,
That's a
switch. We're going to flip the switch we want it on. So we're going to put the throttle cut over here. Switch H. Oops. There we go. Throttle cut's set up. So now we're ready to bind our airplane. So, at this point, we're going to take, and I'm going to turn the radio, well, we can do it this way too. So you can either turn the radio off at this point, oops, stuck, and then hold the trainer bind button and turn the radio on, or you can go into the menu and go down here to bind. So we're in the bind. What we need to do now, plug our airplane in. Papa's going to hold on to it. Normally take the props off, guys, if you can. But I'm just going to step away and let Dad hold the airplane.
Please take the props off most of the time unless you have somebody holding it like me.
Alright, so now I'm going to go into my radio. I'm going to step back a few feet. Go to bind. Binding. It's getting it. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Got it. So the radio is bound.
It just did
It did its thing.
Blah blah blah. On the.
All right, and so my throttle cut is on and active. Throttle cut's right here, so I can flip it. Well, I said it was.
I never did hear the ESC's arm. No, I did not.
Is it just not sitting still long enough?
I don't know. I did. It did the AS3X thing by all the, but I don't think it found the ESCs.
Well, let's do this real quick and let's just check them.
I never did hear the beep beep beep. Or do you have to do this?
So this should go.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that thing that time. Nope.
I might not have my throttle cut right. Let me check my throttle cut one more time real quick, guys. I think it might be it messing with it.
Is the thing all the way down? Is the trim all the way down?
I'm just going to turn it back off for right now.
Always something. Never do anything while somebody is watching.
Never do it live.
I'm telling you right now, the most simple thing will go wrong. So, yep,
there it goes. All right. I don't know what I was doing wrong with my throttle cut, but now it works. Throttle, elevator, ailerons, rudder. This is a E-flight plane flying with a bind and fly receiver.
We had a question
Okay.
that they wanted us to go in there and show them how to download the new way to do it, but we're not going to do that tonight, guys.
Right, I'm going to make a video all to itself
do
on
that.
that.
Completely separate on this,
Yeah.
where we're just trying to show you the how you
Basic
did the
stuff
old way
here.
of setting up the airplane on this particular and showing you the screens. But we will do that in the future.
Right.
As far as these new radios.
The whole plan with this radio, guys, I want to show you how to go in and connect this to your Wi-Fi, do your system updates, and then if you want to download model profiles, I'll make something on that. Guys, I've got the radio. If there's something you want to know about, let me know and I'll go look at it.
I just wanted to answer that question because I've seen that question a while back, but I'm not trying to interrupt Leslie doing this.
I'm going to go do the flaps right now, guys. So flap systems, you can still listen. We're going to go to switch. I'm going to flip the switch that I want to make the flaps. I always put my flaps here. That should make it onto that switch now, so it should say switch D. Yes, it does. There it is. Okay, so once I hit the select button, I'm going to go to my flaps up position, and right now I'm going to scroll the wheel, and I'm going to look at the flap, and I'm going to put it to where they're all the way up. It should be at a negative 100. But sometimes it doesn't end up being negative 100. I just look.
Look at that's
I
pretty
look.
close.
That's pretty close right there.
Pretty
I
close.
see mine was, I actually want it just a little bit down. And if the servos ever grind when you put them all the way up, just put your flaps a little bit less. See, I'm going to set mine to 95. There you go. I need to look back in the manual also for the otter. I have it over there. This is right here is where you put in your down elevator as your flaps come in. Now I need to look at what the book is for the otter. I could just do it real quick instead of saying it.
Don't you have it already programmed in your IX12 or something?
No, I have not flown the otter
Oh,
on my
okay.
radio.
Well, we've flown it, but it was on. That was on
That was Rich's airplane.
Rich's airplane.
Well, no, I don't know what to do with the manual, unless it fell down behind it, which could have happened. Anyway, I'll look at what it is, but let's just do some standard stuff. It's going to depend on whatever your airplane you're setting up, but let's go to channel or position 2. We're going to put our switch into position 2. Right now it's at 0, which would be half. So negative 100 is all the way up, 0 is half position, and now we're going to go down to the third position by flipping the switch down. And you can see, when I switch the switch, you see it going between the three. Now guys, I know some of you already know how to do this, but some guys might want to know it. You can see it goes between the three positions. I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to put this one at positive and get me some flaps. I'm not going to go full. I don't usually like them to be barn doors, so I'm going to go 80. And that's that. And like I said, I need to look at what the book actually recommends for the down trim on this, but that's where you put it in right there. So, simple. And that gets, don't forget this is a Spectrum airplane, so I don't have to worry about reversing servos. They're going to be the right way. If they're not, you've got something else wrong with your airplane. If you get a bind and fly airplane, you take it out of the box and you bind it to this radio, and one of your control surfaces is incorrect, you don't just switch it in the radio when it's an AS3X airplane. Something's wrong with your airplane at that point. I have a DX8. No, you shouldn't buy an NX6. I'll answer that for you, some guy in Sandy. You shouldn't upgrade to an NX6 if you have a DX8. Now, if you wanted to go to an NX8, that would make sense, just to have the Wi-Fi and some of the other nice features. There's no reason, really, that you need to upgrade from the current DX8 to an NX series radio. This is for guys that don't have the newest airplane, like my dad right now.
Yeah.
He's running the old DX8, the old one with one antenna. It doesn't have the diversity antennas in it. With this radio, he has diversity in it. That would be a reason to upgrade.
The only reason you want this is to get the features. The little
if you have an DX6E, it would be worth going to the NX6 because this has a rechargeable battery in it. That's a nice feature. You know, there's nice features. Not only that, but the quality difference. Feel that radio?
Oh yeah, but it's a lag. I mean, it feels.
It just, and this has got rubber backs on it and stuff. It's just, it's quality, you know. Guys, there's no reason.
Quality.
There's no reason if you have a current generation Spectrum radio that you have to upgrade to an NX6.
Unless you're a geek and you want
right.
all the quality.
It's like when I bought the
valves.
IX12. I didn't need an IX12, but I wanted it. That was the biggest reason. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to show you what I normally do for my.
I would say another thing I would do. I would suggest is that maybe you hold off and watch a few of these get a little bit more familiar with everything that these radios will do before you make the decision.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a good. I would
Be
say
an informed buyer.
don't just run out there because it's a new one. Kind of figure out what is the advantages of having one of these.
Do
things.
you
We're
need
going to
it?
show you some of this, but we'll get into it. Maybe prolong it for just a little while.
If I had a 6i, I would highly recommend you upgrade to it.
Oh yeah.
The 6i, you can only have 10 airplanes on it. If you have a 6i, I would definitely recommend doing this. Yes, that would be worth it. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you how to program is differentials and expo. On 90% of my airplanes, I don't look at the book. I set it up this way. I'm going to show you right now. And it's usually successful for me. It always is successful for me. Now, Spectrum's a little different. I'm telling you this for more of an airplane that doesn't come with a book that tells you the right things for the Spectrum radio. But when I get a new free wing model, or when I get a new, anybody other than a bind and fly airplane, this is the expo, the differential, and the percentage I always default to right off the bat, guys. And then I fly the airplane and I say, okay, I didn't like the high rate. The low rate was way too low. Middle was perfect, whatever. I always set up my airplane this way, okay?
And what I do instead of Wesley leaves his in there, but what I do after I figure it out, I get rid of maybe the high rate where the rate that I like to fly on is the high. You just go in there and do a little bit of rearranging, and I don't have to worry about now, do I fly this on full ailerons or do I fly it on? So what I do is make myself a little bit easier and choose the setting I like to set on. That way I don't have to guess.
All right, so
Wesley knows what he seems to be able to remember.
Here we go. So for aileron, first thing I do is I always put my aileron on its own switch. So you're going to go down here to the switch button, you're going to select it, and you're going to flip the switch you want. I always put my aileron on this switch. So when I flip it, it is now assigned to this 3-position switch. I always put my ailerons here and my elevator here. It does not. It just says F.
Well,
the old radios did. They don't anymore.
The old radios did say
But I always put my ailerons right here. I always put my elevator right here. So, we're going to put it on F.
So that radio does not say ailerons.
No.
No.
All right, so now you put the switch in the desired direction. I always put my high rate up here. I know it's backwards of if you were pulling up, but this is what I do. So my high rate here. On ailerons on this airplane, I know this airplane actually needs a lot of ailerons, so I'm going to leave 100%. I'm going to scroll down to Expo. I'm going to put me 20%. I like about 20% Expo on my airplanes. That's to everybody to each his own.
Some people like 5, some people like 10.
So now, I've got 100% and 20%
Some people
Expo.
don't like any at all.
Right. Now I'm going to switch my dual rate switch down one position. And now I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do 80 and 20% Expo. Got it set how I want it. 80 with 20% Expo. And it's still kind of laggy right now. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to flip the switch down into the final position. And I'm going to set 65 with 20% Expo. I almost always default to this. If my manual doesn't tell me what to do, I do this. 80, 100. Unless it's a Warbird, and then I will not do 100% for the elevator. Warbirds never need 100% elevator throw. Ever. Ailerons. We're going to go to the elevator channel now. So all I did was I clicked on channel, which is right there. And now I'm going to switch it to elevator. We're going to go down. And guys, this program is exactly the same if you have an NX6, a DX6, whatever. Yep. They all program like this except for the IX12. We're going to go down to switch. We're going to click on it. We're going to flip the switch that we want to assign. It activates it. Oop, and I hit the buttons. We're going to hit select to activate it. We're going to go back up. Elevator. I don't think it needs 100%, but we're going to do it. 20% expo. We're going to flip the switch again. We're going to go up to our rate. I'm going to go 80 with 20% expo. And then I'm going to flip the switch one more time. And I'm going to go to 65 with 20% expo. The other thing is just look at it. So now we got our rates. So now when you look in the radio, as I flip the switch, you can see it switches between the rates. So now our rates are set up. So now we have a dual rate for our ailerons and our elevators. I always keep them separate, because if you take off and your elevator's super sensitive but your ailerons aren't, you don't want to turn them both down, because then you're going to have no ailerons and the right elevator. So I never get putting them all on the same switch. I always put mine on separate switches.
I've always found out.
And I like lots of ailerons.
I never kind of get. I always leave it on all the most ailerons I can get, because
Trying to figure out a way to get that wing on.
The
Hold that for a
ailerons are
second.
not as the ailerons
Just
are
trying
not
to get
as sensitive.
Trying to get that to where they can see what I'm actually doing. So if you had never seen what I'm doing, if I hold the stick all the way over now, and I flip that switch, you can see
what
that.
I'm doing? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually see it moving.
Yeah, they can see
Yeah, but you can see it's changing my end point to a lot shorter. Try and do the elevator. Maybe you can see that better. Oops. Battery. It's not strapped in. I just had it sitting there.
Elevator.
Alright, here's the elevator. So as I flip that switch, you can see that elevator moves less. So I can hold full up elevator and it's just changing it. So it's making it to where that stick is a lot less sensitive in here than if I have it in the higher position. See it? But that's what that does. I can't believe we've never actually showed that on the channel. We've never done that.
We've actually had people to
Ask
ask
us
us
to do
about
that.
showing them how to program
So,
one. And
hopefully you guys that have always wanted to see that got to see it tonight. But see, the NX6, it works great, guys. The nice thing about this is it's not learning anything new. If you have a DX6, if you have a whatever, they all program like this. Dad, going from his old generation radio, programs exactly the same way. He doesn't have to
One
learn
thing that
nothing
this
new.
one does do that mine don't do is this talks to you. If you want it to
Oh,
talk,
let's
does
go to
this
the
one
timer.
talk to you?
Hold on to that for a
Okay,
second.
good. Yeah, I don't want
Just I don't want it to.
did, but I might be wrong on the 6.
Let's go look. I don't know if the 6 does it. Oops.
I know that one.
It might. It probably does. It's
You
got a
know
speaker
where
on
it
it.
says you've got 10
Audio
minutes
events.
left.
Yeah, here we go. Center time, stepping.
You got 1 minute left. Throttle on, throttle off. That drives me nuts.
Let's just see. Position 0. Yep, you can make this talk.
Okay, so there's another
Let's
feature
see,
you
so
don't get on the audio.
Here we go. I'll show you how I did it, but let's just do it real quick. There's got to be something on here that says flaps up. Flapperons. You'd think they put flaps up, like the very first one. You'd think that'd be one that everybody did. But I guess not. Flight mode, throttles.
Well, the one I like is 1 minute. You know.
Should have done gear. There it is. Gear up, gear down.
Yeah, but this one don't have no gear.
Yeah, no. Okay.
I mean, this
Here we
down
go.
all
Flaps
the
up.
time.
Here you go. So, yes, she talks. I don't know where the volume is on here yet. Function.
Well, another thing.
Well, I don't know where the volume is. She
sorry.
is talking right
Okay,
now.
well,
though.
okay.
So yes, this does talk. Everybody, the NX6 does talk.
Yeah, okay,
So it's talking right now, but it's just very quiet. All right, let's see. Hang on.
I didn't hear nothing.
Flaps up.
I bet they heard that.
I don't think so. I didn't even hear it. I can hear a gnat fart at 50 feet. Oh, I heard it.
It's just quiet right
Yeah,
now.
we got a volume button on it.
I can't figure out where the volume button is yet. I will. Give me a little
Volume is
time.
on main screen.
Where at? On main screen.
I don't know. I just saw that.
Volume is on main screen.
It is on my on my 10. I just click the volume button and go whoop, or my 12.
So
Back
anyway,
button while on the main screen. It ain't doing nothing. Oh wait, that's not the back button. Nope,
these guys know more about it than we do.
they're lying to me. None of their stuff is working.
Well, anyway. It does. There's a volume.
There's a volume
And
button.
we- and
I'm
you
sorry,
know-
I don't adjust the volume
that's
ever
what-
on my
that's-
radios.
That's what's called a manual.
Right. I can't tell you everything, but it does talk.
Anyway.
Yes, I can tell you that. It says flaps up.
Okay, so we've done that. Timer.
Timer's set right now on the switch.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Then there's probably a throttle brake if you want it.
Yep, I tried to do it a minute ago. I did it wrong. I gotta look at it again.
What else? There's something we always forget on the timer or something like that.
That's on your
Anyway.
radio, not on this. All the new ones come programmed to where when you push the throttle up, they start.
Okay, so.
But yes, you can do switch change reporting on this. So if you want it to say gear up, gear down, flaps up, flaps down, whatever you want, there's a huge list of options on the voices.
Please
what
don't
you can do.
put in there throttle on, throttle off.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
God.
iX12 came with that on
That
every
drives me
single
nuts.
model, and it'll drive you nuts when it's sitting there going throttle on, throttle off, throttle on, or what did it used to say something?
That's what
Timer
it's-
start, timer stop, timer start, timer stop. Oh my
Throttle on,
God!
throttle off. Don't do that.
It would drive you up the wall, and I finally figured out how to turn it all off to where it doesn't do any of that. So this one beeps, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to turn it off to where it won't beep either. But I haven't looked through all the menus yet. I just wanted to show you. Guys, I pulled it out of the box tonight. We were able to set up our new airplane. This is for Dad to use over the next few weeks.
And we didn't even
See
read
how he likes
the manual to do this. That's how much it is the same as the
It's,
old one.
yeah, I haven't looked at the manual on this or nothing yet, but it runs like all the ones you're used to. Yes, there are new features that I'm going to have to read the manual for, and those are going to be the things that I'm going to do a dedicated video for. Downloading models and installing them on here from the internet, that kind of stuff I'm going to do through here.
That's the big. That's a really.
That's
big
the really cool thing, and that's something that I wanted
Now,
Dad to
that's
have.
only on E-Flight.
Right, that's only for E-Flight models. Now, not only that though, because guys can upload profiles. Like if guys want my profile,
Oh yeah, okay.
I could
Yeah.
upload it to
Okay,
where guys
that
could
makes sense.
download it off of
makes
my
sense.
radio and
Okay.
say, "Hey Wesley, you got the new whatever, a Griffin or whatever's out. Can you send me the file you used in your radio of your settings?" Yeah, here you go, and they would be set up just like what I have.
Well, how many of the? I mean, I remember this. How long have we been doing this now? 4 years? I mean,
Something
3
like that.
years, something like that.
No,
How
no,
many-
2.5.
But how many of the old guys would come up to you at the field and say, "Wesley, set my radio up"?
Set up my radio. I'm gonna turn it off. All you do is
All
hold
that
this.
All that is
Front view,
now
Lori.
been simplified for those guys that really have a little bit of. They're older and the technology has kind of got a little bit ahead of them. I think this technology will be easy enough for you
I don't know
guys
if
that's
it's the
kind of getting
computer
old
that's
like mine,
crashing
and you don't
anymore,
have
or
a
what's
guy
that?
that's like I have a. I rely on a lot of this to be Wesley.
Okay.
We froze again.
She's trying to change it back to the front. Right now, y'all are looking at
But
this.
if you get across that, guys, I want to get that to you older guys that maybe are not up to this technology, that it is getting to be simpler to do this now, and that you don't have to find one of these young guys
There
and
you
do
go.
it yourself. So that's
It is. It's
neat
getting
thing.
easier and easier every day. And then with the power of the internet, you know, with
Yeah,
us
yeah.
showing you how to work them, there's really not anything difficult about programming, guys. I know that was a very rough overview of doing it, but I just set up this airplane. We could go out and fly that right now and be successful. We might not have the flaps just right because I didn't put any down in it. I got the book somewhere right here, and I need to look at the book because E-flight planes tell you how much down to put in it, and usually they're pretty spot on.
Yeah, if it flares, if you put the flaps,
down, it'll
what
balloon.
he's talking about is if you flare, if your flaps are down and it goes up, then you have to dial down in your elevator to keep it flying level. So, yeah. We haven't got that in there, but that's easy enough to dial in after the fact.
Yeah. And the book will tell you exactly. The nice thing is if you're buying a E-flight plane with your Spectrum radio, it tells you the Spectrum settings to use. So anyway, it's all good. I've been a Spectrum fanboy for quite a while. He was originally a Futaba guy.
Oh yeah, I was Futaba
when
all the way. I started with Futaba back in '82, and it was the go-to stuff. Well,
and Futaba still makes good stuff. But,
yeah,
it's just that we prefer Spectrum now. It's what we use.
If you guys are Futaba guys, I'm not going to say change over because
Yeah.
you couldn't have changed me with a Dynamite back in the day.
Well, and you were invested in it.
Well,
it's hard,
right.
you know.
And
a lot of guys that have Futaba now don't want to change to Spectrum because they are invested.
Well,
They've got 30
The
receivers.
other thing was that I could use a Futaba receiver, but I use high-tech receiver. High-tech receivers were a lot cheaper than Futaba, and high-tech servos were a lot cheaper. I could buy an onboard pack with everything for $100 back in the day.
Seeing now high-tech's like super expensive.
Well, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. But that's why it's compatible. You get that JR stuff or the other stuff. It wasn't compatible with anybody. So.
And it's funny, speaking of JR, some of JR's receivers will bind to a Spectrum radio. I actually have a JR receiver in my Freewing Goshawk.
Right.
I have a JR receiver in that airplane, actually.
But this Spectrum JR is Spectrum. Oh, that's where it came from, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
I
don't know how that train works, but I think somewhere around there.
Somebody said they had craft. They wanted to know how to bind this or make this fly on a craft 3-channel radio.
Throw the 3-channel radio in the trash and go buy one of these.
Well,
you couldn't make that work on the 3-channel. No, you need more channels.
You gotta have more channels.
You'd have to have at least 4.
Yeah, you'd have to have. At least
and that would
4.
be getting rid of the flaps.
Right. You'd have to have throttle. You'd have to have all basic. You'd have to have throttle, ailerons, and elevator.
Yeah. And guys, when I do it, if you want, I'll do.
That's 4.
When I do the radio,
the rudder.
If y'all want, I can do safe select, all that kind of stuff on it too. But yeah, my goal with these new NX radios is I want to try and do a programming series on it, and on any questions you guys want on it, let me know. I have one here. If you get one and you need help, you can always message me, guys. Anybody that's messaged me before knows I don't mind answering questions for the most part. Please don't message me and say I can't figure out how to do anything. I mean, try a little bit before you message me. I have had some people that are like, I got this new airplane, I want you to help me put the whole thing together. And I'm like, try a little bit. Just remember, I can't help everybody set up every airplane. But I have actually walked somebody through putting one completely together before. But it takes a long time in the evening for me. So, and I've got a lot of stuff going on. But for the most part, if you have a question on, hey Wes, I'm trying to make a dual rate in my radio and I can't figure out how to do it, yeah, I'll walk you through it, whatever. If I have the radio here, don't ask me about FlySky. I have no idea how to do it. If you have a Spectrum question, you can ask me that. That's the only radio system I know. I don't know anybody else's radio system. So
we got a question.
Somebody handed me a Futaba radio one day.
Got her hand
I was
up. We
lost.
must have missed something.
Yeah.
I can't highlight right now, or otherwise it freezes the whole computer.
Okay.
Oh.
Papa has a question actually. What is your favorite plane this week?
What's your favorite plane this week, or what's his favorite plane he's had lately?
No, it says Papa Boozer. What is your favorite plane this week?
This week? Well, I haven't been flying in 6 weeks, so I haven't got one. I mean,
Out of all the airplanes you own right now, let's answer it this way. What's your favorite airplane you own currently? What's your?
I'll always say the Carbon Z T28. I'm sorry, but I mean.
I would say Dad's
I'm sorry.
two. If I had to pick between two for Dad, I'd say his Corsair would be
Corsair,
the
the Flightline
His Flightline
Corsair,
Corsair.
1700 millimeter Corsair.
He flies that airplane more than anything he owns. If the T28 wasn't such a pain in the butt to take out to the field, if it had quick connect wings and that kind of stuff, he'd take it out more. But it's kind of just a pain in the butt to take it.
And I'm still, my favorite jet is the F-86.
F-86, yeah.
And it's not the high performance F-86, it's the lesser performance.
But he'd like the high performance
I
just
would
as
like the
much.
high
But
performance,
I bought that for Christmas before high performance was a thing.
Right. I've had that almost 2 years or so.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a Spectrum question since you mentioned it.
All right.
Wicked Motto says, I have a Spectrum question. What does balance do?
Silence?
Balance.
Balance. I'm wondering if he's asking about batteries.
Question, what does balance do? I don't understand what you're asking, Wicked Moto. Can you make the question again and rephrase it?
Is that on the radio or?
Are you talking balance?
Balance on batteries?
Balance on the battery on the onboard pack? Ask me again, but rephrase it another way, and I'll try to answer.
Is it about the battery? Is it about the airplane? Is it about the radio? What is it?
Lag. Don't forget, we got a little wait.
We do have a little bit of lag. Yeah, I know.
So it's like y'all are just very quiet.
Sorry.
Trying to.
Here we go.
But hard question. I've got a lot of airplanes that I love. I mean, but there's those go-to airplanes that I just know that I'm gonna like when I go out there and fly it. I like to go out and fly relaxed. And know the airplanes, and those airplanes just have great characteristics as far as flight characteristics. So, I mean, I'm going to like this airplane. I mean, this airplane right here, guys, this is just a relaxing airplane to fly. I'll tell you this one right here. I mean, if you want something that's small, this is a small airplane, but it flies like a big airplane. As far as its flight characteristics, it's amazing how well this airplane flies.
Servo menu, I've got reverse, sub trim, and travel.
So, I love them all. I mean,
I still don't know what he's asking me.
Oh, well, another go-to airplane that I will recommend is another T28. It's the 1.2 millimeter. If you can't fly the big old T28, I love the E-Flight 1.2 T28. You can't ask for a better airplane than that one. So that's another one I'll tell you.
There you go. Michael just answered your question, Wicked Moto, about the balance. If he's asking about if it... Oh, there you go. Hey, I figured out how to turn the volume up, just messing with it.
So what was the balance?
Don't ask
What
me
we
to
talking
switch
about?
the
I'm kind of interested.
That's okay. So the balance that he was asking about was a servo balance, and it's if you have like this and this on a Y harness, and one comes down slower than the other, you can use that balance to make them both come down at the same time.
Okay. All right,
Anyway.
that makes sense.
Hey, I figured out how to make the volume go up and down. It's this button right. Focus. It's this button right here. And then you rotate it. Holy guacamole.
And that could be found in the instruction manual.
Yeah, but I was just messing with it, but here you go.
If we only knew
She
how
talks
to read.
now.
If we only knew how to read.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, she talks now, so there you go. But I don't really like it talking that loud, so I will never keep it that
I
loud.
bet you can program what you want to have in it.
Yes, you can make it say what you
can
want.
say,
Now
"Hey,
you
kiss
can't.
me."
No, you can't
You can't do that.
Now, if you want it to say whatever you want, you're going to need the IX12. This has pre-recorded stuff in it.
Okay.
Anybody that has a DX9 will understand what I'm
That's
saying.
only-
But there's a list of like 200 things you can make it say. Flaps up, flaps down,
That's related
timer
to-
start.
That's
Right.
related to the airplane flying, yes.
Right. But anyway, I found that
Good
just
stuff.
messing with it. There you go.
Here's a good one.
E-Flight Viper, it says.
All right, next question.
Hello, Wes from Truth Still Matters. I'm getting more comfortable with the E-Flight Viper. I'm looking for my next jet to be flown off of grass.
Oh.
Which one between the E-Flight A10, F-16, or the FMS Avanti V3?
A10. If I could only pick one of the three you just mentioned, so who was that from?
Truth Still Matters.
So Truth Still Matters is wondering, he's got the Viper currently, he flies off of grass, and he wants to know if he could have the E-Flight A10, I believe is what he said.
E-Flight A10, F-16, or the FMS Avanti V3?
F-16 off of grass, you're going to have a really hard time. Don't get me wrong, I love the E-Flight F-16, but the wheels are kind of small on that airplane, and I think on a grass field you're not going to...
And it depends on what kind
of grass field. I think you're going to have a hard time with that airplane out of the grass, though.
A10 has got the tricycle
Yeah,
gear.
A10 I think you're going to do okay with out of the grass. It flies really easy, and it will land very slow. You can check out our video on it. Actually, I have flown the E-Flight A10 here on the channel. I have never flown the FMS Avanti, but I can tell you if I had to choose an Avanti right now, I would buy the Freewing Avanti. Their Avanti flies fantastic out of grass. And if you want another 6S jet that's a sport jet, you can't go wrong with the Freewing Avanti. It is one of those airplanes that is just perfect. So I highly recommend it. If you want another sport plane, the Avanti from Freewing, you will love. You will love it. But if you want to go with a military airplane, the E-Flight A10 is great. I like it because you only have to use one battery in it. I loved the Freewing A10 also, but it takes two 6S batteries, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. It's one of the main reasons I don't have an F-14 right now. Although there is a bunch of guys that have been trying the 80 millimeters out of the airliner in the Freewing F-14 now, and then go into one battery, and they say it's actually faster that way. So, yeah. The Patrinchik brothers! Big salute! Hey! Here, wait, Dad. Come on.
Yes, sir. We watch you all the time.
We watch you guys. Yeah, hey!
Yeah, great stuff.
And I saw he had some beautiful banana cake because they just got, what was it, 35,000 subscribers this week.
Oh, man.
And
35.
I think they had hit 10 million views this week too. So, hey, all the way from Slovenia. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome, my brothers.
And you guys deserve every...
What were you going to tell me, that?
Oh, no, I was
every
laughing.
subscriber you got.
That.
You do a wonderful job. Everybody
Yeah.
loves you.
Yeah.
I even love to watch you.
Your personality, guys,
I
is that's what everybody loves.
I really admire somebody that is from a different country, that has a different language, but tries to learn another language.
Mhm.
And I think that's possibly one of their biggest draws is the way they bring themselves across trying to talk English, which I do a lousy job myself. This is Texas English. So anyway,
We
but
speak
I don't get the
Texican.
subscribers you guys do, and of course you do a wonderful job as far as presenting the product too. So kudos to you guys. Just wish you more and more success in the future.
Yeah. Good job,
Good
guys.
job, guys.
That's amazing that y'all got there. The cake was amazing. Yeah, it was banana. Let's see. Do we miss any other questions right now, guys? Are we good? You know, Pilot Robert got his bighorn too. You know, I actually talked to him back and forth about that, and I was like, man, you're gonna love this thing when they sent that bighorn out, and the Challenger, and he's gonna put nitro on his. You remember my
Yeah.
balsa plane?
Yeah.
So they're gonna take the electrics
Yeah.
out of it, but nitro. They're big gas guys.
All right.
They're balsa and gas guys like us. They're one of the few.
Well, okay, well, we haven't done much gassy.
We don't do gas, but we
I
do
have a lot
balsa.
of gas as far as my
We do balsa here, but we
stomach,
don't do
but
much
I don't
gas.
have a lot of gas here lately, but we have in the past, way in the past. Wesley keeps saying if we ever build a large plane,
Right.
I mean, we're talking a large plane, like maybe some of the stuff James has been putting
Right.
together.
We've been thinking about that Black Horse P-47, and
We
I'd
would
go gas on
probably do that and gas, but I don't. I mean, hey guys, I'm having too much fun with. I mean, we're showing you the stuff that I'm having fun with. We showed you that little airplane that we're putting together. I mean, I just have so many little projects that I'd like to show you guys.
Some balsa.
I mean, you know, I'd really love to show you how these balsa planes fly.
Hey, wait,
on
set that back
electric.
over there.
I mean, I just enjoy
There we go.
the heck out of that. And
Bring
I
the
hope you
balsa
guys
back
do,
out.
But I
Balsa.
really like bringing some of this old stuff
The old
back
stuff,
out
yeah.
and showing you how well it performs on electric. I mean, guys, I'm ruined with the electric stuff. I'm sorry, but it's just,
It has spoiled all of us.
it has just spoiled me to no end that I just, every time I think about a gas airplane, I go, yeah, okay, no, I don't think so. So anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's a wonderful time in RC right now. We've got airplanes coming out everywhere. The V1200 was supposed to be here today for us to do tonight, but it's not going to end up getting here till Monday. So what we'll do is we'll unbox that live with Dennis Farley and his sons next week.
Yeah,
We'll
look
put it
forward to
together.
that. We're looking forward to that show. I mean, is that going to be a great show or what? We're going to have
just-
the Farley crowd
Yeah.
here. From
Be
Texas.
prepared that starting next weekend, I know my days are Sunday, but I probably am going to end up doing several live shows
Yeah, we're probably
that
going
week of the Boozer
to
Fly.
wreck into some other
Sorry if it
stuff.
happens. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but
But
there's
we-
probably going to be some live shows during that week. When
We apologize now.
for anybody's, I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, but if it's heat of the moment and I got Dennis Farley and his sons and Dave Marshall and all these guys are
You
here,
know the RC
hanging
Department's
out.
going to be there.
Right,
and
if we're all
gonna have-
hanging out here at
who
the
else-
house.
What else? We don't even know everybody.
Right.
I hope
Well,
people
and I'm
show
just
up
saying,
that we don't even know this.
we're going to all be hanging out during the week, and if we're sitting around here talking airplanes and stuff, I might just kick the live show on and let you guys hang out.
So, yeah.
And you know, it's just, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I'm going to go on and pre-warn you that not this week, but next week, the week of the Boozer Fun Fly, when I've got guys coming from around the country, we're probably going to go live several times that week. And just come hang out if you want. I want to get some of these guys that we see in the chat every week that are coming all the way to Florida to be with us for the Fun Fly. I want to give them some time on the channel of us actually meeting. Yes, ma'am.
Back to the jet question. He says, thank you so much. So the A10 would be the choice. I'm sensing that you're steering me away from the Avanti for me because I have a sport jet already. In
Well-
the Viper, is that correct? Or
It's not that I'm steering you away from the FMS Avanti. The Avanti is a fantastic airplane.
In any brand.
But if I could only have one Avanti, I would have the free wing, because you said you fly out of the grass. The FMS Avanti has a lot smaller tires. It flies great, don't get me wrong. It's a pocket rocket, man. It's
It's a
fast,
great
but it's a
airplane.
lot smaller airplane. And the free wing Avanti isn't that much more money. It has a lot bigger tires. I've personally flown it out of the grass a lot. If you want another sport jet, I really recommend you get the free wing Avanti over the FMS. It's not that the FMS is bad. If you had a paved runway, I'd say go for the FMS. It's stupid fast. But being that you said you fly out of the grass, I'm telling you the best airplane right now for you, I think, would be the Avanti. But I said the A10 because you asked me. You know, and I gave you an option both ways. If you wanted a military plane to fly out of the grass, I think the A10 would be great for you. But if you want what I would tell you what's the best flying airplane you can buy next, I still think the Avanti. And you know, the other one you didn't even put in your list that I also really like, and it may be he said FMS, so it's not because he wants to say. Nobody ever thinks of the Venom, but the free wing Venom for a military airplane that flies out of the grass.
That's a jet.
It is such a good flying airplane. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I got one. We're gonna just go down and grab all this.
The scheme that now is in.
Yeah, they don't make it in this paint job
It's
anymore.
Swedish. It's a Swedish. I think
It has
it's
to be
Swedish.
silver and
scheme,
red now.
Something like that. It's in silver and red now. Silver color with red insignias on it. But Wesley's going to show you this one. But it is a great. I
This
even
is
like
still-
this jet. It's kind
This
of
is still my favorite jet.
unforgettable jet. They're still making it. They just don't make it in this scheme. This is
So
old
Dad's
scheme.
favorite jet is the F-16, or not F-16, the F-86. This is my favorite jet that I own. I love this airplane. This is the Free Wing Venom. This is technically the Ready to Fly Venom. The camera's going crazy right now.
It's not like your Venom.
It does not like this airplane for some reason. Hey, move that steerman. Maybe that's where I've got it held up here. But this is still my.
You got it on the gear thingies.
Is there doors?
Yeah, the gear doors on it.
No.
Just closed it.
Well, okay. Well, you can't put it all the way up there because the butt's too long.
Anyway, all right.
Whatever. Just leave it there. It won't
All
hurt.
right, well, you just
Anyway,
close it.
this is still my favorite of all my jets. You know, everybody always asks me what's my favorite jet, and they're always so surprised when I say this. But this is still my favorite jet I own, right here. I love this airplane. If this one ever crashes, this is one I would buy another airplane.
It does fly great. It's a wonderful. It's not a real big hot performer.
And it's big. It's
And
a
it's
90
bigger,
millimeter
yeah.
jet, but you get one of the longest flight times.
Yeah, yeah.
I have flown this airplane right here 15 minutes.
And it's on
6S 5000.
6S 5000.
If you can fit, it ships. It's the same as UPS. If you fit it, it ships it. Yeah. The only downfall of this whole airplane is the battery bay's so darn tight. That's the only bad thing. You're really pushing it with anything over a 5000 6S. There ain't no way in hell you're going to
It's
fit
got to
this.
take the small one. Yeah, no.
No way in hell you can get a
You gotta have a
7000 in there.
small.
But a
pack.
6S 5000 will fit in there just fine.
Yep,
yeah.
Yep, yep.
A 4200, I've flown it on that.
But this is kind of a forgotten plane. I mean,
It really is. Sadly, this is a plane that not everybody thinks about. It doesn't come in this color scheme anymore. Sorry, it comes in silver or red. This was one of the original ones. I'm still flying on the original motor. They have this in the high performance now, which is going to be just stupid because on the old slow motor it flies great, and it's all popped out and pimped out. And this is still my favorite jet. Anytime I get a chance to fly this, I love it. I do need to replace the nose wheel. This airplane is like 6 years old now. It's got a lot of flights on it, and the nose gear just quit one
And
day.
it was used when we.
It was used when I bought it, and the nose wheel just finally just quit going up and down. So I'm just gonna put a new servo in it. It's no big deal. That nose gear don't owe me nothing. After all the years it's been in there, and it hadn't broke out or nothing, but it just quit working one day. And I still fly it all the time, but would just leave the wheel down. But I need to change it out.
Another airplane would be a great airplane off the grass. Is the that's another favorite airplane of mine. The twin.
But this does fly good out of the grass, surprisingly.
The OB-10.
OV-10, but that's not a jet. He was
I
asking
know, but
jets.
the Bronco would be.
Bronco would be a good
OB-10
one.
Would be a great grass airplane, I believe.
I'm just telling you that
That's
if I could
a
only
major
tell you
problem.
one airplane that I say, man, if you could get it, this is such an easy flying jet. When you want to land it, you turn the power off and come in like a glider. It's
Yeah.
not like a normal jet.
Yeah.
It's just a very, very
Really?
docile, easy
Yeah.
airplane to fly.
It's a great airplane. I mean, I even could fly this airplane.
Yeah, Dad's flown it.
You know.
Is there any questions yet, or have we missed anything?
Well, KCC says, Wesley, I just ordered my Carrera slot car track set today. Excited to get started. Love to see an update on your track.
All right, some slot car action even down in there. Yeah, so
yeah, we haven't even talked about
well,
that.
I have talked about it here, but you haven't got
No,
to
I
talk about it.
haven't. I got to play with it yesterday.
Yeah, Dad barely has got to play yet. Now, the Farley guys are all excited about it when they get here. I think we're going to have a race night, Dad, Farley, and that might be something fun to put up on here, us sitting around playing slot cars. But the track is coming along great. I've got the lighting installed on the track now. About half of it. There's still more to go. I've been 3D printing buildings and It's fun. I've got some new cars. We actually filmed our first car review today. Hopefully that will be out next week. I have a maintenance video coming for some slot car stuff. So I'm doing both, guys. Airplanes are still my main love. You guys know that. But I wanted something else other than just airplanes to be able to
Well, I didn't even know they made slot cars. I did this back in 1964 when I was
a kid.
10 or 11. Well, I've been 11 years old, and these things were pretty good size. I guess some of you guys might be old enough to remember doing that, but actually in Big Spring, Texas, we had actually a slot car track. And it was huge. I mean, this thing took up a whole store at the time, but had a good time there. But I still will always be an airplane guy. I mean, the thing with the airplanes, it puts you on the edge. I mean, that thing is getting them up and down and making sure that that it's kind of like betting $100 at the casino, whether you're going to get it back or not. That kind of separates the men from the boys anyway. But I'm always going to be an airplane guy.
Right. So, but we're going to keep doing slot cars here on the channel. If you are interested, I put out a video this week on the wireless controller. I'm going to do one on the on the Smart Race app. I've got some reviews of all the cars coming. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And then I also have the coolest slot car thing I've found yet for Carrera, which is called a tech slot, and it lets you run your analog cars on your digital track. So all the guys in Lakeland that I race with run analog, so I can run all the old cars. So, you know, Dad's car from the 60s, he could put on a track as long as it ran on 12 volt, and we could drive it on my brand new digital controller. It's around here somewhere. It came all the way from Texas. I have seen it. It's in a red box. I don't know where it is. It's in a red metal box. So, truth still matters. I see you're still asking about this, but he said, I've never flown a military jet. What would the difference between a sport and a military jet be? So it depends on the military jet you choose. This airplane flies like a sport jet. So that's why I recommended the Venom as a good, here you go, Lori, a good option. If you're only flown sport jets, this is a good option. It still flies well. Or the A-10. Both of those have straight wings. That's a big thing, that the plane flies like a normal propeller-driven airplane. If you get into anything that's got a delta wing, like this, well, that's not a delta wing, so everybody will yell at me. But if you get into something like this, where it's got the leading edge extensions on it and a swept wing, this airplane has to carry a lot of power when it's coming into land, and you're going to have to work on your angle of attack.
Or taking off.
Taking off's not near as bad. You yank the throttle, but yeah, it's just different. It's all I'm saying is it's different, and if you're looking for a good military, cool-looking plane to fly out of the grass, that's going to fly like what you're used to with your Venom.
You don't want no real pain in the rear.
This is a good airplane,
yep.
And that's all I was trying to tell you. And this plane will fly a lot slower than your Viper, way slower. Than the E-Flight Viper. And there's an E-Flight Viper hanging up there, but there's only half of it left.
But it will not disappoint you when you pull the throttle on the thing. It's got performance.
This has one of the coolest sounding exhaust
nice
to it too. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that explains it to you. But the biggest difference is military jets are a lot harder as far as landing. As far as flying around, there's really not that big a difference. Realistically, in the air, most airplanes, you get them up there, they fly pretty similar, other than they're fast or they turn a little different. But landing is really what I find is the biggest characteristic difference on all these models. And the difference between you land this plane, where you turn the power off, glide it in, and land it easy. Do hit the mains every time with this, though. If you hit the nose wheel, it bounces crazy. Whereas this airplane, when you're coming into land, that plane's coming in like this, and it's falling, and the nose is up, whereas this one, you can just glide it right in. It's just a different
you turn
feel.
The power off of this one, it comes in and lands itself almost.
Almost.
This right here.
Flaps down and everything, and it'll float forever. A lot of guys land this plane way too fast.
Hot. Yeah, it's got a low stall characteristic of this plane also. Yeah.
That being said, if you
That one
yank
does
on it, you
not
can
stall.
stall this. Oh, Wild Bill Flynn on the GB Linden channel will show you how to stall one of these.
Well, yeah, I mean, any plane will stall.
It
But
will,
I mean,
but yeah,
but,
you gotta try.
But,
Have we missed any other questions, Lori, thus far? Good. Everybody's got answered up now. I was trying to make sure we don't miss anybody's questions, but excuse me. Throat's kind of dry after all this talking tonight. It's the corona.
Well, I'm just saying, we've got a lot of stuff in the barrel. I mean, we got lots of
Yeah,
stuff,
we're almost done.
and it's exciting time.
Yeah.
The only problem is we're getting around Christmas time, and that's going to slow us down a little bit with the holidays.
Yeah, Lori's talking about going home for Christmas, and so we might be without her for a few weeks. And if that happens, we might just hold off on the live shows for a few weeks while Lori's not here. It's not the same doing it without her. Without having the magic behind the camera. It's not that I can't, it's just that I don't want to. I like it when she's here to help. So, one way or the other though, we've been doing this 2 years almost non-stop.
Well,
Two videos. Me and Lori,
I've
but I mean,
taken out and went on the road.
I'm going to have to take Lori and give her a break from RC airplanes for a little bit at some point this year, guys. I mean, my wife has been doing every weekend RC airplanes, editing videos, so I'm gonna have to give her a break somewhere in this for a little bit, guys. Just realistically, I've got to let her have a little time off from this, because, man, we have eaten, breathed, and slept RC airplanes for 2 years straight, and we're very appreciative for all of you that have supported us. But I'm just telling you that realistically, I've got to be honest, and I've got to let Lori have a little break. It'd be nice for me to have a little break.
I took a break. I mean, I'm sorry.
A little break from every week filming. So I'm not going to say that we're not canceling the show, nothing like that.
No.
But I'm just saying we may take a little break around Christmas from this, just to let everybody know. It could happen. Now, if Lori can't go because of COVID and all that, and we're not going to get into all that, but if for some reason she can't, then we'll change our mind. But I know that I want sometime in the next year to get Lori to go visit her family. It's only fair. You guys know that. But anyway, next weekend, be looking forward to the live show. Hopefully I've got Farley sitting here. We're going to probably be unboxing a brand new E-Flight V1200 as long as it actually gets here this week.
We got new T-shirts.
Do
some
we?
New stuff. Well, we did these here. We got the Papa
I
Dottie
can't
things,
remember.
and we got the Papa
Corsair
Girls.
stuff's up.
We got the Papa Girls.
Papa
on
Girls are on
graphics.
Cali.
If you like nudie stuff,
That's
go
right.
in there. And if you want some nose art that's got some news.
You want some titties on your airplane?
Titties on your airplane. Go.
That's right. We're adult only here. If you want some tits on the front of your plane, we got them.
We got them there.
But something keeps hitting me. I think it's Lord's hair.
But yeah, we hopefully we're bringing you some stuff that you enjoy. I really we've really enjoyed bringing you some of this stuff to make your hobby a little bit more pleasant, to go out and enjoy yourself.
And I hope to meet a whole bunch of you in another week or so at the Boozer Flying. I really do. I'm looking forward to it. I hope the event turns out to be great. The good news is we're getting our hurricane tomorrow, so hopefully all the hurricane crap is through by then.
It's supposed to be gone by next Friday.
Right, so we should be, I'm thinking next week, or whenever it gets here, I think we're going to have a beautiful week.
Cooled out
And I hope it's cool. We got a couple nights this last week here in Florida where it got into the 60s, and it felt amazing at night. And I'm really hoping that Fun Fly Day is like 75 and at night is like 60 something.
You know,
Beautiful.
I just remember who we bought this airplane from.
Kevin.
It
This was
the
the very
one
first.
we bought from Kevin
So,
Farrows.
funny story about this little
Yeah,
airplane,
I
and
just
I promise
remember.
we're going to wrap it up after this, guys, but funny story about this airplane actually sitting here. This airplane is the reason I met Kevin Farrows.
I
The guy
just
you've seen on the
remembered that.
channel that's helped us support. Unfortunately, he's moved away, but
And he still comes in.
this airplane I saw on Facebook. He had this, and I think it was that F-15 up there. And I went to buy this airplane from him, and that's how I met Kevin.
That's how we met.
And from there, we became really good friends, and that's how all this craziness started. But this was one of the original airplanes I ever bought from Kevin, and one of the only reasons I met him.
Kevin is an honorary boozer.
Oh yeah, Kevin's always going to be a boozer, and he said he's going to always call me when he comes down. He's really into slot cars, so I think he's going to build a slot car track in his new basement, is what he's been telling me. So, and I've eventually got to go up and see Kevin. He said it's not that far to Tennessee. Come visit me, and we'll probably do that somewhere along the way.
And he had to take his free wing A10 that I did the devil scheme on. He didn't sell it. He took it.
He took that. He took his
else.
P-51. He took a couple planes up there with him. So, anyway, guys, yeah, funny story. But we're going to let you guys go. It's 10 o'clock here. I got to get to work in the morning, so does Lori, and we've still got things to get wrapped up here for getting ready for guests coming in next week. I think Dave has not told me yet if he's going to come early or late, so all depending on when they all get here. I think we've got Dave Marshall staying here at the house, but I don't know what day he's getting here. I know Dave's RC is coming to the event. He's not coming to stay here because he has a doctor something going on
You already
today.
got me on. You said 10 o'clock.
But it's all our bedtime. So, and I spent a lot of the weekend with Dad outside getting the trailer done and working. We've been working like crazy. So, guys, we really do appreciate you coming. We'll see you again throughout the week in all the other videos that come out. We're going to keep on making airplanes and cars and radios and doing it all.
Having a ball. I just wish I had the energy sometimes to do it all.
I just wish I didn't have a real job.
Yeah, well, anyway.
If I didn't have a real job and could do this all the time, I could make way more videos.
But see, I got my project this week. Keep looking at Hobby Squawk and watching my Bill video on that little project.
Right, yeah, and he does have a
posting
Hobby
stuff.
Squawk thread going. If you guys want to keep up with the Lysander build, it's going on Hobby Squawk right now.
Just put my first one on
The
there
camera's
today.
frozen.
Start. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, before this thing decides to crash the rest of the way, guys, we're going to go on and get out of here. We'll see y'all next weekend here at the Mary Boozers channel, and you guys have a wonderful evening.
Thanks everybody for coming by and visiting the Boozer Barracks and Boozers, and
All that
we'll
stuff.
see you next week. Same place, same channel, right?
Yeah, we'll have the live stream all broken again then.
But
Promise.
Hey, we'll have the fire.
That's
lady.
right.
Yeah,
You might not be able to see it,
He
but we're
said
going
one
to
of
have
his
a
sons
party.
could work on my computer for me.
That's right.
So.
All right.
Yeah, you
All
might not
right.
be able to see what we're doing, but I promise you we'll have us a party with the
You better
parlays
get
right
your
here.
Texas.
Bring me some roses.
You
It's
guys
the-
that are not Texans, you better get out your Texas dictionaries because
That's right.
we're
It's
gonna
the
bring
rule
out
though,
the
Dennis.
Texas
If you're coming to visit me and you're driving, you got to bring me some roses.
roses. Yeah.
Roses
Hey, don't
Cantina.
feel too bad. I brought him a bunch of roses.
I know I had some roses last week. It was great.
We had some roses today.
We had roses today.
Roses today.
Anyway, all right, guys. We'll
All
see
right.
y'all later.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Bye.